Yeah, hi everyone. So so we just initiated the MTS, right? So make to stock scenario. So now we are getting into the part. Okay, yes. So let's get into that. Okay, let's take the FG first. Okay, so then we can process that. Okay, so let's consider the FG. Okay, I'll go for MD04. Okay, so take the FG part. Okay. Yes. Okay, so we just stopped with this case, right? So we just given this particular requirement, okay, the planned independent requirement, and we just stopped with that. Okay, now you can see, okay, the requirement is -1. Okay, yes. So it starts with -1 over here. So -1 means it's a requirement. Okay, it is not yet fulfilled. So now what we need to do is, okay, let's start with this case now. Okay, so we need to run the MRP. Okay, so then we need to start the process here. Okay, right. So let's get into that. Okay, yes. So we can run the MRP over here. Okay, so we can run the MRP here. Okay, let's go for this one. Okay, coming to MRP. Okay, we need to compare two type of MRPs over here. So one is a classic MRP. Okay, which we earlier we have used for ECC, and now we need to compare with the latest one, which is MRP live. Okay, so there are two different T codes. We need to focus on this. Okay, let's compare with that both things. Okay, so we can just go for, okay, there are a number of MDT codes. Okay, so you can see MD01. This is also for running the MRP for a plant wise, only the plant wise. Okay, if you want to run the MRP for the plant wise, you can run this, okay, plant wise over here. Okay, same thing. Okay, if you go for MD02, so you will be getting, okay, same thing, the plant, but you can additionally you can add the material wise here. Okay, you can add the material wise over here. So the material wise we can run, but you have a limitation here. You can see only one material. Okay, only one material at a time. Earlier in MD01 also you can able to see only one plant at a time, right? One material one at a time or one plant at a time. So this is the limitation what we had, okay, earlier in the classic MRP. Okay, right. So but that thing is not there in the latest one here. Okay, first what we can see, okay, let's go through this all parameters before we run, because this is what we are going to run now. So let's go through all the parameters here one by one. So then you will be getting a better idea. Okay, so what is behind this, how this MRP is working and all these things. Okay, so we are going to see the configurations also regarding this MRP configurations. Okay, so then only we will be focusing on that. Okay, right. So what we are going to do is, okay, let's go back. Okay, yeah. Let's go for MD02 here. MD01 or MD02, both will share the same thing here. One is, so the difference in between the material and the plant. Okay, so otherwise everything will be same here. So let's go for MD02. So this is what, okay, we call as a classic MRP. In this classic MRP, what we have is we can able to run the MRP for only one plant. Okay, sorry, one material at a time. Okay, and also in terms of plant, you can see in terms of plant, so we have only one plant at a time option we have. Okay, you don't have multiple options over here. Okay, so that is already, okay, that is already been in the part of this one. Okay, you can see already that is been in the part of this. Okay, so but what we have here is, okay, it will be different. Okay, the options will be different. We can see that later. First we can confirm this one here. Okay, you have only one material to run and you have only one plant to run, okay, at the same time. Okay, now coming into the other things. So what is this processing key? Okay, so you have a number of processing key over here. Okay, what is this processing key of this? So first thing is a net change planning. Okay, we call it as a net change planning in the total horizon. Okay, what is this net change planning in the total horizon is, for an example. Okay, so between, okay, so between the previous MRP run and the current MRP run, okay, between the previous MRP run and the current MRP run, whatever the changes happen, so only that net changes will be considered. For an example, if you want to run the MRP, so MRP will run throughout the cycle, right? Everything it will run and all these things will happen, right? But in this case, what will happen is, okay, only for the changes between the last MRP and the current MRP we are going to run. Okay, so only that particular changes, okay, whatever the changes we have had happen, okay, only that changes will be considered. Okay, that's a very good option because we just reduce the load of the system here. Okay, same thing for the next one. Okay, it is for the, okay, so net planning. So this is for the net planning over here. You can see that. Okay, so it's a net planning over here. Okay, this is for, okay, single item. Okay, so only for the single item planning here. So you cannot able to run for the multiple items. Multiple item means we have multiple levels of BOMs, right? We have seen, right, multiple levels of BOMs. Okay, level 1, level 2, level 3. That cannot be done over here. Okay, that cannot be run over here. Okay, so that's why we are using the net change planning, so as a major option over here. Okay, right? Yes. Now coming for the second one. Okay, so when you run the MRP, so based on the requirement, so automatically it will create something, right? So first thing, it will create a purchase request. So what are the options we have over here is, you can able to see the options. We have 3 options over here. Okay, so one is a purchase request, creating a purchase request, and second one is purchase request in opening period, and third thing is a planned order. Okay, so why we are selecting the purchase request or purchase request in opening period? Why we are not selecting this planned orders? Why? Because, okay, so we know that, okay, so the standard nature of the FG or SFG material which we use for the production, okay, it's a defaultly it comes under the planned orders, because we are going to produce that, right? If you're going to produce that, so in default, okay, it comes under the, okay, so planned order here. Okay, we'll get a planned order in default, so we don't need to mention that separately. Okay, at the same time, okay, so we have the levels, right? We have number of levels in the BOM. So level 1, level 2, level 3, like that we have. So we need to purchase some raw materials also, right? We need to purchase some raw materials also. On that particular case, what we will do, so we have to request, we have to raise the purchase request here. This is an automatic one. So when the MRP runs, automatically it will give you the purchase request. Okay, so that is one thing from MRP, and second thing is from the production order. Okay, we are going to see the configuration. So on that particular configuration, you will get the clarity. Okay, so what is behind that particular case here, right? Yes. So now you can give this one. Okay, what is the difference between these two, purchase request and purchase request in opening period? Purchase request means it will not look into any okay, periods. Normally if you are running the company, okay, so it will run for only one period, one opening period. Means, so I'm running this month, okay, only this month is an opening period for me. Okay, only this month is an opening period for me, so I cannot able to plan for next month. So especially for the raw material, if you are purchasing, sometimes the days, okay, the lead time of a material will be 40 days or 50 days, so it may reach next month. So if it is going next month, okay, so whether you need to create or not, if you give purchasing request in opening period, so it will not generate, okay, it will give other planned order. Why? Because, okay, so you cannot able to predict that. Okay, so maybe it is coming for next month, then how you can able to start the production? Okay, if you give this purchase request option, so what it doesn't mind about the opening or closing the period, so it will generate the purchase request. Okay, it's up to the customer how they want. Okay, so very important. And third thing is, okay, the schedule lines here. Okay, the schedule lines, very important thing. The schedule lines, in the sense we are generating the production orders, right? We are generating the production orders. In the production orders, okay, so whether you need to get the schedules or not. Schedule means we need to start date or the end date, right? That is a schedule. And also we have a different type of schedules also we are going to see. We have forward scheduling and we have backward scheduling. That defines the MTS and MTO. For an example, for MTS we use forward scheduling. For MTO we use the backward scheduling. Okay, how that will work also we need to see. That will be so interesting. So we need to see that one. Okay, right. So that thing, okay, if you give no schedule lines, okay, the schedule will not happen. So there will not be any schedule in the production order. Okay, so don't give this option here. The same like we have a schedule lines in the opening period. If you give the schedule lines in the opening period, so what will happen is in the opening period, okay, so what is the opening period as of now? Within that opening period, the schedule lines are met, okay, it will give the requirement, or else it won't. Okay, like that. If you give a normal schedule lines, okay, it's all normally like a purchase request. Okay, it will give a schedules without considering anything here. Okay, without considering anything, so you will be getting this particular case over here. Right? Yes. Okay, so now coming for the next one is a create MRP list. Create MRP list is nothing but once you run the MRP, okay, so maybe you're running in the background or front end, whatever, okay, so you need a list, okay, so what is the thing, okay, what it has run, what are the things it has identified, what are the thing it has been considered. Okay, everything. If you want to have a list, okay, so you just give this MRP list here. That is just a list, okay, just a log file. So what are the things you have done, so whether it is, what are the things considered, all these things, it will give a log file over here. That's it. Okay, so other than there is nothing over here. Okay, yes. Now coming on this one, okay, now coming into the, okay, so depending on the exception message, okay, depending on exception message means if you get any errors or if you get any exception messages, okay, so based on that, okay, based on that we can able to go for it. Okay, depending on the messages or anything, only it will give a list. Or if you don't want a list, you can give a no MRP list, so you will not get anything here. Okay, it's up to you. Okay, right. And the next thing is a planning mode. One of the very important criteria here, the planning mode over here. So what is this planning mode stands for is, for an example, how you want to adapt the planning. For an example, adapt planning date is a normal mode. Okay, so normally if you want to use the MRP to adapt all the plans and requirements and demands, okay, so it will go for adapt planning mode. So this is a normal one. Same thing if you go for second one, re-explore the BOM and routing in the sense, okay, so every time, okay, when you run the MRP, so it will re-explore the BOM again and again. Okay, even though you are given the net changing, okay, why we have given the net change plan? If anything, what are the changes we have done before the last MRP run and this MRP run, only that will be changed, only that BOM will be considered. Right, on this particular re-exploding, what will happen is, so it will consider everything. See, even it is a change or not, okay, if it is having a changes or not, so it will re-explode everything, all the BOMs and routings, it will work and it will give you the thing. Okay, it's one of the base. And third is delete and recreate. Okay, so this you can give only if you made something wrong in the forecast or something. Okay, you want to delete everything, all the requirements and everything, and you want to recreate or you want to refresh the thing, you can go for it. Okay, otherwise you don't go for this option. Okay, it will spoil the planning. Okay, right. Now the final thing, okay, coming to the scheduling. Okay, so already we have seen the schedule lines, right? Yes. Then what is this scheduling is? This scheduling is nothing but, okay, so that scheduling is to bring the schedule lines here. This scheduling is from where we need to bring the schedule line. We need the data, right? Yes, we need the data. From where we can bring the data here? So first thing is determination of basic dates for planned delivery, so planned orders. So what is the determination of basic dates for the planned order is very simple. For an example, okay, so for an example here, so the information for scheduling the information, for an example, if you want to schedule, you want to know how much days you are going for planning for the production. So where we can get the data? So we have in the Metal Master, right? In the Metal Master, in MRP, we have given that, okay, how much days for the in-house production. So that information will be taken and for this one, if this option is selected. Okay, same time, if you go for the second one, so lead time scheduling and capacity, this is something different. Okay, so this will take the details from the routing. You have a routing and you have a work center. So based on the routing, what is the time you have mentioned? Okay, for each and every activity you have mentioned the time, right? Do you remember? Yes. So based on that time and duration, it will plan for the scheduling here, and also it will consider the capacity also. So based on that, okay, so both is different approach. Okay, so just follow any one approach. Don't mix up the things. Okay, so that system will get confused. Okay, just have one thing. Okay, one idea and just go for it. Okay, right. Okay, yes. So also you can see, okay, other options also you can see, also plan unchanged components. Okay, so if you want to consider the unchanged components between the MRP also, you can consider here. And display the results prior to saving. Okay, so if you want to see the result, it's like simulation, you can go for it. And you can go for the display metal list. Okay, what are the metal list of this particular MRP you want to go, you can go for it. Or finally a simulation mode. You don't want to run the MRP. Okay, so first you want to see, okay, how this particular, what is the output you need to see. So just you can go for the simulation mode and you can activate, and it will just simulate that. Okay, it will just simulate and it will run. So it won't affect anything. Okay, it will not react anything here. Okay, this is the option we have for the classic MRP. Okay, these are the options we have for the classic MRP. Same thing if you go for MD01 also. Okay, if you go for MD01 also, the options will be same. Okay, the options will be same here. Okay, yes, but here we are running only for the plant, no material or nothing here. Okay, so only the plant is the base here, and also you can run only one plant at a time. So that is very horrible, right? So that is an option we had used earlier in ECC. So we don't have any option. So this is the option we have used in ECC. Okay, so the options we have here. Okay, right? So we don't have any option on this particular part here. So now, okay, so now we are going to compare with the MRP Live. Okay, the latest MRP tool we are going to use is MRP Live. So let's compare with that. Okay, so you will get the clarity. So go for MRP Live. What is the T code for that? Is we are going for MD01. Okay, MD01 is an old T code, right? Yes. So we want to go for a new one. What we need to add? We need to add one N for it. So MD01N for MRP Live. Okay, so this is an MRP Live over here. Okay, yes, this is the latest one we are going to use here. So there are a lot of advantages over here. Okay, so means we can able to see the successor of the classic MRP. So what are the things, what are the strugglings we had in ECC? Everything can be okay, so being succeeded by this particular part. You can see this one here. Okay, so thing is, you can see the option over here. Okay, you can see the option over here. The first thing is a plant. You can see the plant. You can give multiple plant over here. See, earlier we had only one plant at a time, right? So we have to run for every plant every time one by one. So but here you can see at the same time I can run for n number of plants at the time, and also I can able to schedule. So I can able to plan, okay, for this all the plants I can run. Okay, these all the plants I can run, so I can able to make a proper schedule over here. So it will work on that. Okay, it will work on that. Same thing if you go for the material. Okay, if you go for the material over here, okay, so what we have for this material is you can have multiple materials over here. You can see this. Okay, these two things we don't have in the classic MRP, right? We don't have anything on this classic MRP. So what we have here is, so only, okay, so only whatever we have, so only for single material or single plant we can run the show. But here you can able to see, so we have multiple materials on the show, so we can able to plan accordingly to our flexibility here. Okay, and also you have options like, okay, you can go with the product group. Okay, you can run with your different MRP controllers. So there are n number of MRP controllers. Okay, certain MRP controllers will take care of certain materials. Not all the MRP control, right? So one MRP control will take care of some 100 FGs. Okay, only that we can plan. Everything very well defined over here and very simple, and you don't have any such options, other options like purchase requisition or nothing. See, everything is automated here. So that all other things are automated. See, or else you will be getting all these options, right? For an example, if you go for MD02 and all these things, you will get all the other options. You can see this all options here. These all options are completely eliminated, so we don't have any option at all here. Okay, so everything. Okay, so only thing is, if you want to have anything, you can able to. You can see changed BOM components. You can just select that. Okay, all order BOM components. You can select that. Stock transfer material. So these are the other things. If you want to include, okay, you can go for this option for including the additional requirements. But otherwise, all other things which will normally we will give in the previous classic MRP. So that was completely eliminated and it was automated. So we don't need to select anything over here. It's a very simple option and easy option. And you will be having this option. You can see scheduling option is there. Scheduling and planning we should have. Okay, scheduling and planning we should have. Okay, so you can see from where the data should take, because this the decision of the user should be there. So we'll go for the determination. Okay, we can go for this option for an example, and of course the planning mode, whatever we have seen over there. Okay, the same option. Okay, so go for it. Okay, yes. So the second option has been eliminated over here. It is not there. Okay, so we had the second option, right? For an example, if you go for this adapt planning, so the second option was there. Okay, so for re-explore, the re-explore is not there because it is totally unproductive, right? So this is what this was eliminated in the latest one. Okay, so you will be able to see in the latest one it was eliminated. Okay, yes. So very simple option here. Okay, very simple option here. With this we can able to work. Okay, so now you can able to see the MRP over here. You can see we have one requirement. This is a planned independent requirement, right? We have one requirement over here. So we are just going to run this requirement here. Okay, so let's run this. So let me run this. Okay, just execute. Okay, so I just given only this FG Okay, just execute this. Okay, it will run for only that requirement. Okay, yes. So mostly the MRP will run in the background. Okay, so mostly it will run in the background. So you can see what we are seeing now. This is the MRP list. Okay, also we can call it as a log. So we are getting a logs, right? So that log we can able to go for this one. So just go back. Okay, so just go back here. Okay, so go to MD04. Okay, so go to the MD04. Now you have a requirement of -1. Okay, -1 to be fulfilled. So the fulfillment is plus, right? Already we have seen in the last session. The fulfillment is plus. So what we will be having over here? So we'll be having -1. So the fulfillment will be plus. So we will be getting an automatic planned order over here. Okay, let's refresh this. You have a refresh option, right? Just refresh this option and sorry, and there you got the planned order over here. You can see this is a planned order, and you can see, okay, this is mentioning as a make to stock. Okay, it is mentioning as a make to stock over here. Okay, and you can see the production version. Okay, and you can see the production version, and everything is as automatically came over here, because this is all the thing based on the master data. So whatever things we have done in the master data, so that is automatically reflecting over here, right? Yes. So now what is the next thing I want to do? So as per the plan, okay, so now the MRP is done. Okay, and we got the planned orders also. Okay, these two things are done here. So we are done with these two things. Okay, what is the next thing? The most important thing is we need to convert this planned order to the production order. We need to convert this planned order to production order. For that, we need to have this order type over here. Okay, we need to have this order type to be configured, and that needs to be connected to the plant, and we have some set of configurations. Okay, then only this will process. Okay, before that what we can do is, okay, this MRP has run and we got this planned orders, all these things, right? So behind this MRP we have a very big configurations of them. Okay, so first we need to go through that particular configurations. Okay, then only we will be getting an idea over here. Okay, so let's get back into the configurations of MRP. Then we can we can resume here. Okay, we just come back to this planned order later. So open a new window over here. Okay, and go to SPRO. Okay, the configuration part, and go to the reference IMG over here. So in reference IMG, okay, I'm just getting into the production part. Get into the production, and there you have MRP, a separate folder here. You don't want to go here and there. So it's a separate folder over here. Okay, yes, in the separate folder, okay, just get into the separate folder, and you will be having a very first option. We have plan parameters. So get into the plan parameter. You can see only one configuration, but it has everything. So only one configuration here, but it has everything here. Okay, just carry out that one. Okay, just execute this. Okay, so you will be getting an option over here. Okay, so there you can go to the maintain here. Okay, just go to the maintain. Okay, so for maintaining the plant parameters, and give the plant over here. So we are using the plant as 1000. So I'm giving the plant as 1000 over here, and just give a maintain. So what you will be having is, okay, so you have to maintain all these things for them. Okay, it is all things are maintained now. You can see if anything is not maintained, okay, you will be getting an empty here. So now you can see the status is maintained. Okay, if it is not maintained, it will show, okay, so to be maintained. You can see you will get to be maintained here. Okay, I want to show you, that's why I just want this one. Okay, so now we want to do all these things one by one. So already it is there. Okay, it's a standard one, so we have that because we copied from the standard plant. Okay, but still we need to review all these things one by one. If anything is missed on all these things, we need to go, because based on this parameter only the MRP is running for this plant. For the different plant, you can able to set different parameters. Okay, that is an advantage. Okay, for this plant, what we have done, we can see first thing is a number range. First thing is a number range. For an example, okay, you are getting a planned order over here, and you got one number. You can see the number is 101. Okay, from where this number is coming from? Okay, so it is coming automatically, right? So where it is coming from is, it is coming from this configuration over here. So get into the number range. You can see all the number ranges are being available here. Okay, first thing you can see the planned order. So if you get into the planned order, there you can see the number range. Okay, so we have a number range over here. So it's a default number range here. It's a default number range. If you get into that, you can see the default number range over here, which starts with 1. Okay, so now so far we created many planned orders, so it will give a running number here. So everything is a running number. So 1, 2, 3 coming running numbers over here. So the current number is 101. If you create another planned order, it will be 102. So like that, okay, until it will go to this interval, okay, it will be going on that. Okay, if you change this number range, okay, if you change this number range to this, it will start from 3. Okay, it's very simple. Okay, anytime you can come and change it over here, but it's not been suggestible to change in between the transaction. Why? Because the users will be used to that. See, the users, okay, the end users and all the peoples, so they don't have much knowledge about all these things. So they know certain numbers. Okay, the production orders means it will start with 3. Planned orders means it will start with 1. Like that, they have some logic. Okay, so let them stick with that knowledge. Okay, don't break that particular skill. Okay, so then it will be a problem for us again. Okay, this need to be maintained over there. Okay, so main thing here. Okay, if you want to generate also, you can generate. Okay, you will just go back here and you have an option here. You can see there is a number range option where you can able to configure all the number ranges over this thing here. Okay, right, yeah. Okay, coming back here, okay, go for the maintenance. Okay, so number range, okay, same thing, okay, same thing for the reservations and all this thing, the same option, okay, everything will be the same here. The purchase requisition, okay, the purchase requisition also we are giving the number range. Actually, the purchase requisition belongs to right? So they have to give that one. Yes, they will be creating all that thing, okay, in here, but we are assigning over here because MRP is our responsibility. So we are triggering that, right? So we are triggering that and we are giving the purchase requisition to the department. So they can suggest, okay, they can suggest what is the number they want. Okay, here all these things, okay, it's my decision. But in the purchase requisition, they can just give a guidance, okay. So we have lot of purchase requisition number ranges will be there. You can see that. These all things will be created by Okay, they will create this number range in the here, and they can suggest, okay, if an automatic MRP purchase requisition is coming, which number should come. So they should have a logic, right? They will have a logic. So this number, okay, if a number is coming with 4, starting with 4, it's an automatic PR, automatic purchase requisition. If it is starting with 1, okay, it's a manual purchase requisition. So they will have some idea. Okay, so this one thing you can able to get, okay, some feedback from the department, and you can do that. Okay, nothing wrong in that. Okay, nothing wrong with that. But if they don't have any comment on that, so just go for it. Okay, it's not a problem. Okay, if they don't have any comment on that, just go for it. Okay, right, it's up to them. Okay, right. So same thing for the other things over here, okay, for the MRP list and all this thing. Okay, these all things are, let it be a standard. Okay, there won't be any problem over here. Just you want to just go inside and come here. Okay, just want to maintain something over here. So okay, so you should get the status as maintained. Don't leave anything as it is. Okay, so that is the main thing over here, right? Yes.